Hello everyone and welcome to another UConn UPDC construction project update. My name is Luke. Today is June 14, 2018. We are on the Jim Calhoun Way utility project. This will be our first video. We're going to be taking you through the project.
We're going to begin all the way to the west by the Worth basketball facility. And right off the bat, you see the location where the new chilled water lines tie into the existing. That's the black pipe to the existing white pipe that we're flying over right now. And to explain, the purpose of this project is to bring new steam lines from the central utility plant into Gamble and then back over to Co-op to replace some outdated steam lines and to bring some new chilled water service from Gamble to the Co-op in Burton now that the new student rec center is on. As we look down here, we're going to stop for a minute. On the left-hand side in black is the new chilled water lines. The right-hand side underneath the plates to the sidewalk is the new chilled water lines. And we're waiting to remove an old clump of concrete to make the tie-in in this section through here. But as we continue on, the steam will be going to the left-hand side into the Gamble utility room down in through there, mechanical space. Pretty deep trench. We're going to take you down through there. And as we head up over here to the School of Business, this A7 for the steam, we can see the soldier piles in through here, our supportive excavation. And this excavation cannot be completed until we relocate some water lines in this area. To the left-hand side, there are several water lines that there's no way we can pass through. This weekend, we're going to change the elevation so the steam lines, this is Z-type trench that you see to the left-hand side can be completed. And finally, looking to the new student rec center, again, by this excavator, that's the end of the water line that we're going to eventually tie into. Great different perspective now traveling from east to west. Again, to the right-hand side is that A7 vault, this Z-type trench that we have in place. We're looking down at the water lines, the hillside road left to right here, and then the different crossings that we have to cross in through here that will happen this weekend. Get a better chance to look over at the tie-in in the mechanical room on Gamble to the right-hand side by that excavator. We'll take a walk shortly and show you up close on those tie-in points. Work in multiple ends here. And again, the plate crossing the sidewalk into the mechanical room in the Co-op on the left-hand side is where our eventual tie-in point would be. And you get an idea, you see the white pipes is the existing and this giant clump of concrete that also has to come out. And that'll come out once our temporary chiller is installed because we cannot risk trying to remove the concrete with the existing services live. And finally, as we get more closer towards the Worth basketball facility is this demarc, what we call the tie-in location from the Gamble chillers to the existing line. It's the white pipes that you see here, and those will carry on to feed the chilled water to the Burton location. And the new chilled water lines turn up towards Gamble on the new chiller that was put in recently. And now we'll begin to spin up and take a final different perspective up towards Gamble. Here we go. There's our temporary chiller that's about ready to get installed at the same location, the new line. See where the trench goes over to the little red grate right there. That's the location where our new pipes tie into Gamble. And finally, again, is this demarc location.
All right, everybody, this is what the whole project is about. We have new chillers in the basement here. This is the cooling towers part of the process. So we're here for these new chillers in Gamble to be able to provide enough service. The end of the loop here is Burton and the Co-op. This is all, again, because the rec center has been added in the middle of the chilled water line from the cup, and we need more chilled water to make it work. So this is where it started, right in through here, where you see the saw cut in the road is where the chilled water lines were run. Okay, this was a tough part right in through here. I'm sorry for this late update to the project, but I was out for a month with some medical issues, but we're back. We're going to keep track on a monthly basis now. But the lines went in through here under this foundation. This was a tricky part of the project right through here. Let's take a walk, see if we can see them on the other side. Back on the other side of the retaining wall, the two lines, one supply, one return. It worked out perfectly because, as I'm going to explain in a little while, we're going to have to put a temporary chiller in to support both the co-op and Burton for some unforeseen circumstances. And there you go. So eventually, once the temp comes back out, this will be our permanent connection into Gample. Excellent. Brand new valves, risers to protect the stems. The stems are what actually operates the valves. All right, so this will happen very shortly. Next week, we're going to make our tie-in right into here. Okay, we're standing right on top of the new chilled water lines, and they are going to tie back into the cup, but most of the service is going to come from Gample. You get a chance to see our SOE, the piles over here, supportive excavation. They drove the H piles we call in through here, the lagging we have in through here. All right, Mike, this is our challenge here, as I'm going to show you on the other side. These plates here, because one of the reasons we're here is to run new steam lines into the co-op building, and that's what we see down underneath here are our new steam lines. That was the driving force on why we did this project. We were able to do the steam was in poor shape, and the chilled water. The challenge with underground utilities is you never know what you're going to find. A driving force over here, we found a large piece of concrete, way too big, covering all the utilities in here. Wasteful from the last contractor that was in here. We can't do a simple demo. This is why we had to pay for a temporary chiller so we could move this out. We've exposed where we're going to tie in temporarily, then we can rip this stuff out, but we cannot do selective demolition in here. Actually, this glob of concrete was in this whole section right over here. That's the existing steam lines that came over here. And again, the process why we're here is we needed new steam lines from A7, and we needed a greater chilled water service. So we get a chance to take a peek. This is what's going to happen. The new steam lines are going into Gample, then they'll come back over here to the co-op. But pretty fascinating. The shoring assembly in through here, the columns, the beams, how this has all been engineered through here. We're supporting a gas line in here. Nice job. So the AD entrance in through here, we had a planter in here previously for those who use this entranceway in through here. That door is temporarily closed off. What a massive excavation in through here. We're talking over 20 feet deep. The little plates for a thrust block. You can see how we're staggering them in. Pretty good size mechanical room in there, which will work fine for us. Shoring box in here, and a look back into the utilities in through here that are hung. So great work. You know, our water service and fire mains are in through here. And the process here, as I explained, they drive the piles first and then they go to excavate. We're almost into the intersection of Hillside Road. These are all water mains through here. This is the main water line that comes up in through here. We opened it up hoping that there would be a way to bring the new steam line in. You can see the trench. The steam line comes in through here, then crosses these utilities through here, and then runs in this area right in here. That wasn't going to happen. There's no way they can fit through here. Some additional work this weekend. The guys are going to come in. They're going to change the elevation of the water main through here and the two offsets to be able to allow the steam line to come in. Yep. The boots on the ground. We don't just choose elevations. You kind of come out. We can see the electrical bank over the top, other utilities. That is the window that we have to go through on the steam line. So there are no choices sometimes when you have to run a utility that has to have a pitch to it. Again, boots on the ground elevation, 1, 2 water services that are going to get raised up here. The main that runs along Hillside Road. All right, steam pipe is on site. You see it all covered on the ends in here. The mechanics are prepping the ends for the installations. So perfect timing. We'll remove these water lines, install the steam lines, and keep moving. Just a perspective, how many utilities are on Hillside Road? On the west side here, a lot. So we're almost curb line right in through here, a telecommunication duct bank right in through here, gas main that comes in through here. A little perspective back, as I was just mentioning, this area right in through here. Actually, this tie-in to the water main was part of the Central Campus Infrastructure Project. Lastly, on the corner of School of Business, pretty much right off of here, this is our infamous A7 that runs down feet. The short story is the tunnel, the Central Utility Plant tunnel, comes into the School of Business. The pipes come out of there, come over into this vault, and is distributed on Hillside Road on the east side through here. Then they're going to come out. There's the areas, our new cores through here. From A7 right here, this will feed the Ample Pavilion and the bookstore.
And today is June 14th, 2018, and we thank you for your interest in our university projects.